Yes, man, he's very excited, right? I don't need to prove anything to you. You guys all know I'm funny. I fucking proved it earlier in a serious discussion, so it's fine. Maybe I need to prove it to you because I didn't see you in the first section. You just come in, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
You have, and you didn't expect there to be this kind of chat. It's fucking happening, mate. What's your name, my friend?
Thomas.
Thomas, why are you late, Thomas?
Well,
oh, we're gonna get a fucking story out of this. That's what happened. I was walking and then there was a guy, he wasn't running, come on Tom, what happened, mate?
No, there's seriously engineering work on the trains into central London from where I live, so it's more difficult to come here.
Well, they are planned engineering works, mate. You know, they don't just fucking start. You know they're happening. So you could have planned them if you wanted to. That's entirely fine. But it's lovely to have you here, Robert. We talked about everything in accessibility in the arts. We talked about race, disability. Fucking you, Mr. Cracker, mate. And now I'm just going to be telling some dick jokes. That's what's going on now. I'm just going to make sure that you guys are all okay. I love how you're filming me, and 2 people down, there's a lady on her phone who could not give a shit that there's stuff happening. That's fine. That's fine. No, you're not listening. This is absolutely. It's fine. You don't need to lie to me, my friend. It's entirely cool. What did I say?
You said about they're planned engineering works. They're not just put on just for like that.
All right. Well. Yeah, I have tasted my medicine and it is bitter. Jesus. That is fine. What were you doing on your phone? Was it important? Was it fun? Was it Tinder?
It's just that my niece who was sitting with me just now, she went to sort of car parking out and she's just got fined.
Sorry. I mean, she always said it as if that was my fault a little bit. But then she's got a fine, so do something about that, dickhead. Like, it's nothing to do with me. I'm sorry. How much was the fine? Maybe we can do a little whip rounds.
I was trying to.
Okay, well, I feel awkward now, and that's your fault, really. I could come over and have a talk. I feel like you guys are far away, so I can walk over. We've not got that far. Get to it, but I'll stay in the circle. The box of fear. Let's go. I'm All right. This is too much freedom. I like some kind of shackles, like my people have had through history. Anyway, moving on. Oh, that was too far, was it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with you, lady, because I like the stance that you've got. You've got a very leaning forward stance. You have to go, I have all the answers. I like this. What's your name, my love?
Sarah.
Sarah, lovely Sarah. And what do you do, Sarah?
I'm a carer.
A carer, cool. That's a hard thing to take the piss out of. Not even gonna try. Not even gonna try. Flower shirt. What have you got? Let's go with you, mate. Because straight away, I feel like me and you can have a chat, and I can take the piss out of something that's going on. It's very. I mean, you're answering the questions too quickly now, Jay. I just go. You will not out-masculine me right now. Thank you. Yes, Jay. Jay, what do you do, my friend?
Dentist.
Dentist. Quality. What's your favourite tooth? Upper left molar. Cool. I would have gone for wisdom. That makes you smile. Anyway, that's good, Jay. And how long have you been a dentist for?
10 years.
Quality, mate. You've been a dentist for 10. How old are you, Jay? If you don't mind my asking.
35.
You're 35. Yeah. Wow. Black don't crack and brown don't.
Age.
Yeah, let's go with that. I tried really hard to think of a rhyme with brown, and it's quite hard. Yeah, brown. That's amazing, mate. You look fantastic for your age. How many houses and land do you own, my friends?
Exactly 0.
Exactly 0. Wow, you have an accent that your name I was not expecting. I was not expecting this accent from your name. Where's your accent from?
I'm expecting yours, so that's okay.
Okay, I'm not sure if that's racial or not, mate. But all right. Where are you from, William?
All over.
All over. Where are you specifically from?
What do you want, where I was born?
I mean, this is the opposite how this conversation normally goes. Normally it's a white person going, where are you from? London. Where are you really from? That's normally... Where does your accent originate from?
Lapeer, Michigan.
Lapeer, Michigan, so American?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, look, mate, I'm not deportation. You're not getting nationality. Don't why being so cagey. Are you in witness protection? What the fuck? Lucas, what do you do, bro?
I'm a software engineer.
Oh, nice. What's your favourite kind of software? The one that doesn't break.
That's a good answer.
That is a good answer. What kind of software do you engineer?
I work at a company that runs an online betting exchange.
Fantastic. And I think that accent is either German or Austrian.
German.
German. It's all nice, too easy, mate. I can't. You know, there's sometimes you've got to work a little bit for the humour. You just got to work a little bit. Name who's with German man. You're German as well?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, we'll chill out. No way. Where are you from, my love?
I'm from Spain.
From Spain?
Yeah.
I love how Spanish people tell you when they're from Spain because they go, I'm Spain. They always have a little thinking, Spain. Which part of Spain are you from?
Yeah, the thing, right? I'm from the south.
The south of Spain. Seville, is that where we're talking? Valencia, Alicante?
No, it sounds like Andalusia.
Andalusia. Very nice.
Yeah.
Gracias. Gato. That's a dog, I think.
No, that's Pedro.
Pero, gato is fucking hell, mate. Right, so well I've shown. Oh, that was so judgmental, wasn't it? Oh dear, you don't even know your dogs and your cats. Right, I think I can get the first thing going now, can't I? Because I've made sure you guys are happy. You know what's going on. Even for those of us that were late. We all know what's going to go down. So what you're going to see a video, and then you're going to see some fantastic artists showcasing their art for you. And none of this is funded, so if you feel like giving them money after, do it. I mean, I wasn't allowed to say that, but I've said it, and I may get in trouble now. So the first thing we're going to see a lovely video by the fantastic Bryony Meteyard over here, which is a great last name, isn't it? Yard of meat, that is fucking quality. As I mean, Meteyard is the best last name I've ever heard, except for Cockburn. That's a quality last name.
There is an American tradition of the same surname, and it is spelled Meatyard.
As in Meteyard.
It is literally a Meteyard, yeah.
Well, there you go. She is literally a Meteyard. Which sounds a little bit like a weird porn now that I've said it. It really, that was too far. Right, guys, you're going to see a video by Bryony Meteyard, and please give it your full attention because it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Good afternoon and welcome to the BBC News. UK law has failed to recognise that living independently and being included in the community is human rights.
This gave an attack on the UK's education policy for disabled children. A UN committee said the education system segregates pupils with disability.
The inquiry also found a persistent employment gap and pay gap for disabled people, describing as insufficient measures to improve employment for disabled people on the open labour market.
Disability rights. Now we are going backwards with disabled people bearing the brunt of austerity, and that is a disgrace.
It's only a few months since a real Paralympian, Anne Strike, was forced to urinate upon herself while travelling from Coventry to Stansted with cross-country rail because the disabled toilet was out of order.
In November, a court found some disabled people were not being offered enough financial support through the new system.
1 in 4 adults experience at least one diagnosable mental health issue, problems in every year. People in all walks of life can be affected, and at any point in their life, mental health problems persist in the largest single cause of disabilities in the UK.
And finally, a woman with mental health conditions has had her disability benefit stopped because her assessor now turns up to a home visit.
Tock, tick, 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 tock.
I am a carer, and that could be any time in the last 10 years. Mine is a fairy story with a beginning and a middle, but no end. There are a few knights and princesses, the swashbuckling kind. There's a scroll for proclamations, because all good fairy stories have them. Back to the beginning.
Oh, hey, excuse me! She wants to get on the bus! I'm going to report you, bloody idiots!
What about me? Oh, they don't care.
Oh, it's sitting down out there, isn't it? Feel my hair got wet on the way to that bus. No room for anyone else?
No.
Wait till the next one. That's what I say to
Mr. Bailey? Hello, Mr. Bailey. I'm Mrs. Atherton, Jake Atherton's mum. I believe you're expecting me. So I came in to talk to you about the bullying incidents that's happening at your school. Well, I don't understand what's going on. And I'm very upset.
About what?
My son's been bullied for a while at this school.
Bullied where?
Here.
No.
Okay, this is a bullying policy.
It's a bullying policy. We do not tolerate any bullying here at all.
He's got a right to feel safe and be educated here.
Yes. Is that all?
I can see you're clearly not
Thank
listening.
you. Good day.
Who are you talking to?
What's it to you?
Can I ask you,
Just leave me alone.
what were you in special needs for earlier, eh? What's so special about you? Moron. What are you reading?
A book?
Yeah, what book? Tell me, cretin. Spastic. Tell me.
No, just leave me alone.
I'll tell you what, you're lucky I'm getting off this bus now.
Time passed. 2 years, as it does in all fairy stories, and I became locked in my tower. Everything now was much worse. Both Child 1 and Child 2 were now on 2 medical pumps each. I was shut in my tower and isolated and exhausted. The eminent doctor now put in a super-duper re-referral. Social services had never told him the outcome of the first referral. This time he said superhero mother with impeccable medical skills has come into contact with kryptonite and is now suicidal. This is my email which I sent at week 70. This was detailing how they had offered to give us a cleaner and they just hadn't got round to it. By week 70, we'd had 3 shoddy carers assessments, plus 3 reports containing make-believe and bullshit and lies about the kids.
You need a cleaner?
That would be really helpful.
Well, sorry, but I think we need to do another assessment.
Well, no room for the buggy?
No.
Well, can you move, please? Because I need to put my buggy in there.
Oh, for goodness sake, one of you.
Where am I supposed to put the buggy then and the baby?
I'm going to be late for work, hurry up.
Yeah.
Why don't you get on or get off? Make your mind up. Disgusting. I think they're something special because they're on 4 wheels.
Yeah.
What's the point? I don't want to be here anymore. I get so angry. I take it out on Mum and it's not her fault. I hide things. I hide the bruises. I don't want her to see. Bruises I get from other kids, tormenting, called names. Because I'm different. Because I'm not normal. My brain is wired differently. What's wrong with me? It's not her fault. She shouldn't be going through this. I get so upset and angry.
It's a very, very mad world. Mad world.
People like me, poor, disabled people, don't deserve to live. At least that's the message that I keep getting. I was a carer for 9 years. And then Mummy died. I got hit with a bedroom tax. All my benefits stopped. Applied for bereavement benefit, didn't get that either. My friends took me in. looked after me, made sure I didn't starve. I thought, I must go and sign on. I spent half an hour crying in the DWP assessor's arms. You see, her name was Evelyn, just like my mummy. She said, you're not fit for work. You need to go and claim ESA. You're not fit for work. So I went for the work capability assessment. They said to me, what are you doing here? I said, I've just been bereaved. I'm grieving. I feel like killing myself. They said, well, why haven't you done it? I said, I don't know why. I think I'm just waiting for the outcome of this assessment. They found me fit for work. After 5 months, I was finally awarded personal independence payment. Started to feel a bit better, moved out, found my flat, found my feet, found a bit of part-time work. For a while, I was actually quite happy with the way my life is going. When I got this, and then along comes universal credit, daily in-work conditionality, or the threat of sanctions for up to 3 years. People like me do not deserve to live. Message received and understood. Thank you.
So when I asked you what you did, you could have said celebrity, and you chose not to go with that. Thank you very much for making a contribution to that video, and thank you very much for letting us show it, Bryony. That was, I don't want to say lovely, because that seems like the wrong word, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful video and very eye-opening. That's my job to try and make jokes now. It's yeah, quite tricky after what is just. I'll tell you some stuff about my life. If you want to enjoy it, that's great. You're right. Okay. If you don't want to enjoy it, then that's fine. You're wrong, but that's okay. I don't mind that. That's how you do a Brexit. It's perfectly okay. So I snuck one in. I knew I could do it. I snuck one in. I'll tell you about my most recent, because I do this all over the world now. I recently went on tour in South Africa, right? Anyone ever been to South Africa in this room? You have, Bryony. Unfortunately, you're giving us a Nazi salute. Show us what side you were on when you went there. But that's okay. That's perfectly fine. It's a lovely country, isn't it? As you were talking about earlier. People love to give advice when you go to South Africa, don't they? They love to tell you things. The one thing that people told me is they went, careful you don't get murdered out there, Archie, right? Careful you don't... They love a good murder out there, mate. Careful you don't get fucking murdered. And I'm 29. I'm good at not getting murdered, man. I mean, look, check it out. I'm alive right now. Fucking smashing it, innit? And the only other bit of advice I got kind of came out of left field. It was from a lovely lady I was staying with called Doris. I didn't believe that was her name, but I went with it. And this is what she said. It was in Johannesburg. She goes, okay, first thing, don't buy mangoes by the side of the street, okay? It's very bad. Second thing, less important, don't get AIDS. I went, fuck it. Ruined my trip there, Doris. That's what I came there. And I loved it in Africa. I went out there with my girlfriend and we got around the country using Uber. That's the safest way to get around. For anyone that doesn't know what Uber is, it's an app on your phone where you get a picture of someone that might kill you later. It's quality, right? And I loved it. Our first Uber driver was the best guy in the world, because sometimes in Africa they name their children after virtues they want them to exhibit. So you get names like hope, happiness, joy. Our first Uber was driven by a man called Try More. How low is the bar in that family, man? And Try More became my friend instantly, right? He started telling me about South Africa. He goes, in South Africa they are called the Rainbow Nation, man. White people, black people. Then he stopped talking. Two colours, like. Black and white is not a rainbow. It's a fucking penguin, isn't it? That's what that is. Did you know they have penguins in South Africa? Did you not know that? They've got these mad little African penguins in Cape Town. They're so not made for the weather, all right? Like their feathers are falling off, they're out of breath because it's hot, and they make a sound as well. I thought penguins would sound like Pingu, go, oh, oh. They're nothing like that. Right? These things just go, ugh. They're rubbish, all right? And I was told you go too close, they'll charge you because they think you're trying to steal their eggs. And I thought, I want to get charged by a penguin. I want that story. If you're wondering what a charging penguin looks like, literally they just go, ugh. And then they get upset because you're not intimidated by them. Thanks for coming back. Sorry that you got a car parking ticket. We know all your secrets in here. How much was the ticket?
£80.
80. Good God.
Accessibility to arts is an issue here.
Great line. Great line. Yes. Oh, hold on. I've been telling jokes for at least 3 minutes and not one of them got a round of applause. Alright, and then Linda Late over here flies in with a fucking drive-by of a comment. That's accessibility to arts. And then, okay, yeah, let's clap that shit. What a bag of bastards you lot are. Right, I'm gonna bring your next act onto stage. I'm rattling through it very quickly. Are you settled? I know it's upsetting about the £80.
Yeah, I need a drink now.
You need a drink? I mean, I may look like it, but I'm not a waiter. I can't help with that. I don't know, can we get this lady a drink? Because apparently I look like I'm about to start serving shit. No, there's no drinks for you, okay? Especially when you're driving. What the fuck are you talking about? Right, I'll leave while the going is good. Guys, I want you, just as you did, I want you to pay all the attention in the world to this lovely, lovely, incredible performer. Would you like the mic stand, or do you want the mic held just as this?
I don't really.
Oh, well, I'll give you the option of both. How about that? Right. Right, guys, I want you to start clapping and cheering as soon as I put the mic in here. It's a very stiff mic stand, Jesus. Right, guys, start clapping and cheering for me now. Welcome to stage the wonderful Emily Roberts, ladies and gents.
Bingo wings. People with bingo wings are of low birth. Am I looking for a job, or am I looking for a safe space? Is my coffee routine the only one I've got left? I want a new look. I dream of exfoliation or a restyle, or shall I just shave my head off like I'm being pruned? We pull our hair out in wads, but we cannot get divorced from our haircuts. Unique haircuts, unique heads, sideburns to die for, room to within an inch of our lives. But we don't get paid for our style, or lack of it. And it's better not to be trapped in a room chasing a carrot. I've grown into a curtain twitcher. People annoy me so much. I'd recycle my brain if I could. But we don't want implants. We don't have implants, we have great looking hair. Even if we're having a bad hair day. I'm too old to be recognised by anyone now. People learn to get out of my gaze. You must have special skills to face us. I cry on my own shoulder, armpit tears, slow release. Maybe we're only safe in the bingo hall. Work was my place of worship. I could go home and be important if I was on a payroll. But now I'm looking for a new sort of confinement. I want to be recognised as a rat in my own rat race. I'm a product of the locker room, but the hairdryers in here aren't built for humans. And running yourself ragged is not a therapeutic space. IT is not friendly to me. I can't keep up with my diary or appointments. I'm victimised by voluntary organisations. There are paid heads and unpaid heads. I'll lose mine looking for the phone. Vanished by social media. Living or emailing, that is the question. I'm better off staying in my own community, anything to make me feel less upside down. After we've been sick, we get to fill in a questionnaire. I walk on the sick side, always. I'm more suited to knitting than work. Knitting is a rebirthing project. It also ties me up in knots. Too jerky to work, too jerky to live, unfit to knit. Knitting patterns give me the flight or fight syndrome, and I'll lose my head looking for the phone. I'm unfit for that as well. An unfit phone holder. We are brutalised people. We're not good at shoes, no, we're on the hoof. Our feet are on shifting sands and broken horses can't sing or play ukuleles. We're too loud, we put people off. We're going to stay loud till the end. We can raise our status by being sick. Let's do a sick walk. It helps to throw things out. But then again, we can all have muscle imbalances and dodgy knees. And the coffee shop can be an office too. We are all in the desert. There are very few safe places for us to be. I'm a shadow of my former self, a male silhouette. I've learned not to look too closely at people or they run away. I walk on the sick side. I need a break from the toilet and dealing with my derriere. I'm a strong purveyor of trapped wind, and I'd recycle my arse if I could, but it's bigger than a recycling box. I've a cleaner like a cattle prod, and sitting is not a pleasure. A page cannot be faced unless it's in fright. I spend a lot of time being head shy, but now I've found support in the wilderness with people like us. I just dust the sick from my bingo wings and smile.
Fantastic. Tell you a few more things about me, because I'm selfish. I want to share my life with you. I want the laughs. Looking at you mainly. Acton. It just seems like I've attacked you for no reason, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why. Maybe it's Trump. I've got no idea. So I needed. That was harsh. That was a low blow, wasn't it? You're one of the good ones. You left, so it's fine. Who did you? No, I'm not going to ask that. I'm going to tell you about my girlfriend because she hates that, but she's not here, so I'm free to do it today. I'm in a serious relationship, guys, right? And I know that because she told me, by the way. And I like being in a serious relationship. It's so much fun. Like, my girl finds everything I say hilarious, which is beautiful, except for during sex. That is awkward, right? You make a woman laugh during sex, their vagina will cough out a dick like a missile, man. It is. Yeah, that one was too rude for some people in here, wasn't it? I thought it might be, but I thought I'd test the waters, so they say, which I shouldn't have said after a vagina joke. I've realised that immediately. I shouldn't have said that phrasing, right? We're having a baby conversation at the moment. Has anyone ever had that conversation? You have as well. No? You have? Is there a baby at the end of it?
No.
Okay, just that. Wow, that was a bad conversation, wasn't it? Do you want a baby? No! Fair enough. Fair enough, man. It's a weird conversation to have, because and I've realised that our conversation is tricky because we're in a mixed relationship, right? I'm half Trinidadian, half Irish. My girl, half Greek, half Iranian. That means, I know, it's fucking, ooh, Brexit does not like us. No, just to tell you that mix again so you can qualify that in your minds. Half Trinidadian, half Irish. My girl, half Greek, half Iranian. That means that in the future, our kids could be arrested for fucking everything. Alright? Knife crime, public drunkenness, economic instability, bomb making. That's just the Irish side, there's way more. Alright, we took that better than Dublin. Well done, guys. Thank you. These are great tracks. One at a time, you'll get them, they'll hit you nice. Are you ready for your next act? You're going to get some music. No. I didn't expect that. Nice. That was an amazingly placid but very happy response to music. Nice. Right, I'm going to ask you to start the applause. I don't normally do that. It's a bit of a hacky thing. With he's on the step. Fucking hell, man. All right. Guys, clap him until he takes the microphone away from me, apparently. Robert Hokum, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a blues musician, allegedly. I do write some of my own material. All my material is based on personal experience or downright lies. But I play the blues. The blues, an Afro-American art form, came from the plantations and the deltas of the southern states of America. These days, best performed by white, middle-aged, middle-class males from the home counties of London, England. So I'd like to do just a very quick medley of a couple of my favourite songs, initially by Muddy Waters and by B.B. King. Bought you a brand new coat to match the colour of your hair. When I said, let's go out for dinner, you said, we ain't going nowhere. Now I work hard at 2 jobs, and I do overtime every night and day. Got me a rich man's woman, she living on a poor man's pay. Bought her a brand new car, she said, that's a common gift. Then she passed me, walking on the street, did not even give me a lift. I work hard at 2 jobs, and I do overtime every night and day. Got me a rich man's woman, she living on a poor man's pay. Got home early from work, thought that she'd be alone. She said the man there was just a nudist who came in to use the phone. I work hard at 2 jobs, and I do overtime every night and day. Got me a rich man's woman, she living on a poor man's pay. Now, nobody loves me except my mother, and I do believe she could be lying too. Nobody loves me except my mother, I do believe she could be lying too. You know, that's the reason that I've got all of those blues. You see, I took you out to dinner, you said, thanks for the snack. I'll let you live in my penthouse, you said. This is just a shack. I bought you a brand new Ford, you said. I want a Cadillac. I gave you 7 children. Now you want to give them back. I've been downhearted ever since the day that we first met. I gotta ask all you people, oh, how blue can you get? That bit has no musical value whatsoever. It's just that when you're an adolescent, you take up playing the guitar, and that's all you want to do. And you stand in front of your mirror for hours going... And you've got to pull the faces. And there's a secret to playing blues guitar, is you've got to pull the right faces, that when you go... You've got to look a bit mournful. And then when you do that, you've got to go... Mouth the notes. And then when you do... You've got to look as if somebody's stuck an ice lolly up your jacksie. So then, and that's what you do, and you go... When you see bands, right, when you go and see a live band, they have these little boxes on the floor that they stamp on. The guitarists come forward and they stamp on this box, kind of like that, really hard on this box. And they sell them, they're called foot pedals, they're called effects pedals. They're not, because they're actually anal intruders, right? and they're wired up by Wi-Fi. So when you see the guitarist, he steps forward, he goes, stamps on the anal intruder, and he goes... So there you go. So now you know the truth there. Anyway, that was a little medley of 3 songs: "Rich Man's Woman" by Muddy Waters, and "Nobody Loves Me Except My Mother" and "How Blue Can You Get" by B.B. King. I started many years ago playing guitar because I grew up in Ealing, surrounded by the rock music of the time. You know, I grew up near where the Rolling Stones had formed. By the time I was 15, I'd seen a lot of the big names. And in 1969, I saw Led Zeppelin in a room about this size in the back room of the stands before they were famous. And Led Zeppelin are now one of the top 5 album-selling bands of all time in the world. They're up there with the Beatles and Elvis Presley. And I always wondered, you know, from being 17 and seeing Led Zeppelin, what was it about their music that... What did they have? What did they have? And then, a few years back, I realised the secret of their songwriting. Their big thing that everybody loves is "Stairway to Heaven." But I realised where they got it from. If you go down to the woods today, you'd better go in disguise. If you go down to the woods today, you're in for a big surprise. Because every bear that ever there was has gathered there for certain, because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. And it makes me wonder. Anyway, so that was, you know, I've destroyed. I get told off for doing that at gigs. He said, "I can't listen to Stairway to Heaven, it's my favourite song, and now you've ruined it," because I keep thinking Teddy Bear's Picnic. But one of my little hobbies is actually, one of the reasons I actually formed a band with some Asian musicians, which I talked about doing blues raga, which is quite different, because I'm fascinated by different music forms and where they sit and what you can do with them. I have a whole... I'm just going to give you one example of this. And I thought, what are the 2 most extreme music forms that have come out of Britain that actually, you know, you could look at. And I thought, on one hand, there's the anthem of the Women's Institute, Jerusalem. And did those feet in, you know, the Women's Institute, they make their pots of jam and they sing Jerusalem. And there was even a sitcom called Jam and Jerusalem, wasn't there, about that? How far could that be from Dizzy Rascal, one of the first big grime artists in the country? I bonkers, what a great song. Some people think I'm bonkers, but I just think I'm free. How far could the Women's Institute be from Dizzy Rascal? All together now. Give me a C. Let's have a C. Dum. All together now. Some people think I'm bonkers, but I just think I'm free. Man, I'm just living my life. There's nothing crazy about me. Some people pay for frills, but I get mine for free. Man, I'm just living my life. There's nothing crazy about me. Woo! There you go. I've been Robert Hokum. There's a CD of me doing serious music if you want it. Thanks for Anjan for inviting me.
Hokum, ladies and gentlemen. That was amazing. I've got to go now, which is why I've got my bag on. No, it's wildly unprofessional.
I thought you were a mutant ninja turtle.
That's exactly. It really upset me that you did that with bonkers, mate. That's all. No, it's been a really lovely evening. You've got a final act coming on who's absolutely fantastic. I've worked with him before. I just wanted to come out and say thank you so much for supporting the night, and come back and support them again when they're here. Give Nina and
Yes.
Anjan? Yeah, you fucked me with the ninja thing. I was like, is his name Ninja? It's like, give them both a round of applause for staying out. Right. So I am now seamlessly going to leave the room, but I want you guys to welcome your final act to stage with absolutely, okay, didn't know that was happening. I want you to go absolutely insane for this final act. I know that you've had a lot of, it's a hot room, we've used a lot of energy with everyone so far, but you can fucking top it, I know you can. Yeah. So, guys, start clapping and cheering for me now. More, louder, welcome to the stage, Hassan, Dervish, ladies and gents.
So I walked into the bar, I saw her and she saw me. We walked over to each other and she whispered into my ear, "Why don't you come over?" And I said, So I went over, we started getting it on the sofa. I looked over her shoulder and I saw unpaid bills and overdue rent statements. I looked into her eyes and I realised what she wanted. So I whispered into her ear and said, "Ooh, let's forget about getting under the bed sheets. Let's turn on Excel spreadsheet and sort out your financial affairs. Ooh, Excel cells, we can fill them with your numbers and sort out your financial affairs." And then down the left-hand side of the spreadsheet, we can have your incoming and outgoings, which can be further subcategorised by expenditure on MOT or wear and tear on your car and other such things. And ooh, don't be bashful, I can turn out your financial VBA script. What's VBA script? So I googled it. Oh, I don't think I'll be using it. Seems a little too hard to me. I'll think I'll work this out manually. And then after a while of having rented and maybe accrued some savings, you might have an eye to the future, walk down to the high street and pop into a shop and maybe get yourself some mortgage advice authorized by the FSA, not the Food Standards Agency, but the Financial Services Authority. Sometimes they get mixed up. You phone them up, you say, excuse me, can I get advice about pensions? They say, sorry, we don't do that, but we can give you recipes for lasagna. So that's a little bit about me. Let's find out. Thank you. A little bit about you. So how's it going, fella?
Good, thank you.
You alright? What's your name again?
Jay.
Alright, Jay, and what do you like listening to in your spare time? Multimedia spoken word poetry? That's exactly what's coming up next, mate.
Could you put it? Thanks.
So I needed a warm bath. I turned on the hot and cold to get the right ratio. I poured some moisturising bath cream and I put it in with the water flow. When it was full, I put my toe in, I took my toe out. It was still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, it's still too hot. It's still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. So I went round to the parents for a tea and bicky. They passed me the mug, I'll leave it for a bit. Me and my parents have a chat and that. Now it's time to have my tea. So I pulled over the mug, I put my bicky in, half of it fell in. It was still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot. So I went back to the bathroom to take some water out, to put some cold in. Reluctant to do so, because I had 2 bath bombs in there, a 5 each from Lush. I had guided meditation, the sounds of the sea, candles for aromatherapy. I'm trying to get zen, but I'm losing my equilibrium. So I stood in the bath, I dipped my balls in, I took my balls out. It was still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, it's still too hot. That one's a bit about baths, mate. So I'll leave you on this one. I went last week to meet the girlfriend at the cinema, and this is how that went. Went to Cineworld, Fast and Furious 8, went to the screen, sat down with my date. A trailer, Channing Tatum, girlfriend squeeze, I couldn't give a fuck, I had nachos and cheese. 20 minutes in, it's still Channing Tatum is. Gorgeous abs, gorgeous face, I hate him. 30 minutes in, it's like they're playing the whole film. I think they're playing the whole film. I'm in the wrong room, 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 I'm in the wrong room. I'm in the wrong room, 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 I'm in the wrong room. I need a leak, I go to the toilet, but what's this grey box by the toilet? Isn't that meant for sanitary towels? What's it doing in the men's room? I'm not in the men's room. I'm in the wrong room, 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 I'm in the wrong room. So I took my girl back to her mum's, I go to my girl's room and have some fun. Go downstairs and grab a Coke. Energy for more, I hope. Go back up, it's dark inside, she climbs on top and starts to ride. Moonlight shines on my girlfriend's face. That's not my girlfriend's usual face, that's my girlfriend's mum. I'm in the wrong room, 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 I'm in the wrong room. So I took my girl on a holiday, up to Liverpool where the Beatles played. Drove up the M1 and then took a right, but things didn't seem quite right. Asked the passerby, feeling like a fool. Asked him whether we were actually in Liverpool. Bemused by the answer, he said, "This isn't Liverpool, this is Newcastle tune." I'm in the wrong tune, 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 I'm in the wrong tune. Thank you, I've been Hassan. I'll pass you over.
So,
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Thank you to all our panelists, our guests, our performers, Hammersmith and Fulham Arts Festival, to the Bush Theatre as well, our volunteers, and of course all of you.
We hope the debate continues. The Hammersmith Film Festival continues tomorrow with Unity Day, the Ravenscourt Park. So go see that tomorrow. And find us for the curiously minded.
And so far, you've been great being in the right room. And now we're turning it over. The bar is the right room. So.
Joshi Ramsey.
Linda, Takeo, and Rakesh. Thank you.